All right, so another weekly update. It's not exactly when I was planning to do this. It's actually about midnight right now. As you can probably hear, it's raining outside. So I looked on my cameras and saw that I had a water problem. We had a pretty big storm roll through. I had a little bit of hail, really high winds, probably at least 50 miles an hour, very heavy rain. Lots of large commercial signs are blown around, some trees down. It's actually a pretty crazy storm, and even some small hail. So anyway, I looked on the cameras and saw that my door that I've had some leak problems with before had leaked worse than ever before. And so I had to rush up here. Luckily, there's not too much that was coated in water, but it's something that we need to get taken care of. So I'll show you some of the fun things about owning a small business at midnight. So this is the offending door. I had two of these Quick-Dam, the black absorbent strips up. Now I've got three down, and you can see there's still a little bit of water coming in. I think it was blowing so hard, and it was blowing out of the west, which is the direction that this door faces. I think it actually just blew that seal up and possibly blew over the Quick-Dams. It was hard to see on my security camera exactly what was happening, but this all happened in a matter of probably 4 minutes or so. So it came in there, came all around to the office, soaked all over here and under there. And so I've put lots of caulking down here before, so it looks like nothing made it into the office. But still, nonetheless, not really what I planned to be doing at this time. You know, coming up here, moving the forklift, sweeping and mopping water out. And we'd actually done quite a bit of work on the shop to get things nice and organized, which after having to scramble and move things out of the way of the water, not quite so much. So that's been some of the fun, but let me show you the other things that have been happening. So we've got our welders on the cart now. And you'll notice there's some extra hardware sitting around that's going to be for a new equipment acquisition that's starting here pretty soon. And then all the shelving that was here has now moved. So we're sort of rearranging the shop. So I've got two forklift aisles and then setting up a storage area over here. So we've got 3 storage aisles and a bunch of shelves. Now we're leaving some extra room here for another panel. This new equipment is going to require a lot more power, so we're going to have to do some significant electrical work there. And we've got some large cases here for some product that I'm getting ready to ship out. So these are huge Pelican cases in there. And we were actually able to also acquire a pallet of bins, which is going to make storing things quite a bit nicer and more organized. That's been a factor going on over there with those shelves too. So really a lot of organization has happened in the last couple days really, and over the weekend. So for example, this shelf is all hardware and customer equipment. And we've got some liquid storage. I'd like to get a flammable storage cabinet, but they're quite expensive, brand new. Our hardware, lots of electrical wire nuts and things. Some finished products and some shelving I need to finish filling out. Pallet banding or box banding there, and then some more storage. So overall, this is going to be a great improvement. If we do end up getting a larger milling machine, it would go in the place of this one. And then the new equipment will go on the other end of that. And we'll probably put workbenches all along these walls to leave a center aisle here. Also, the forklift is fixed. The mechanic across the street was able to get it all sealed up for much, much less than the forklift place wanted. About a fifth of what they wanted. We've got some new circuit boards that we're working on. Some 6-layer boards, which are kind of new, and they're double-sided populated, which is new for me. I haven't done many double-sided boards before. So you see there are parts on the bottom and parts on the top. So parts end up going on both sides, and there are 6 copper layers in there. And I've been working on the firmware and fighting the firmware for that quite a bit this week. Trying to use embed, which didn't really work out as well as I wanted it to. And I know I'm not the only person that's bounced off of what's called the embed framework. So maybe it's just not quite there yet. They also just had a major version change, and there's lots of documentation issues there. So, you know, looking around in here, this all looks pretty good. I don't think we've had any water infiltration. There's some of the stencils, the solder stencils for those boards. Now we've also got rid of all of the big industrial lights that used to be here that were formerly in the building. I ended up just giving them away. Nobody seems to want them, which I understand why. They pull a ton of power. So there we go. It's a quick little weekly update. It sounds like the rain's picking up again. So I'm going to check on things before I go back, and hopefully don't have to come back here again later tonight or earlier this morning. But lots of fun things happening. We've got lots of projects going on, as always, and really things seem to be going pretty well. Very busy, which is good. So this is a pretty short weekly update, but that is some of what's been going on around here, and we'll be back next week with probably maybe some new equipment, and of course always new projects. So thanks for watching.